Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Grand Theft Auto 5. It is one of, if not the most successful game of all times in terms of commercially. It's taken over $6 billion since its release in 2013 in revenue and has shifted over 110 million units in its lifetime. Not only that, of course, we've got GTA Online, which is still thriving. I think at its peak, it had like 8 million individual people, separate people per week logging into it, which is now dwarfing some of the big MMORPGs of today. And of course, just earlier this week, we had the launch of the casino, which has been controversial in itself. So with all that success and all that money that it's generated, Rockstar Edinburgh, the people who created the game, the vast majority of that game, have paid £0 in corporation tax in the last 10 years. And not only that, they have actually taken over £42 million from the UK government in video game tax credit. Something which was set up in 2016 to help SMEs, small and medium enterprises, companies who were developing culturally British, that's the thing that you had to pass, video games. And this tax credit was set up for people who were just barely making profit so they could get a nice little tax relief and keep going and keep developing, or ones that were actually operating in the red and losing money so they could get a nice payment to keep them out and keep them developing culturally British games. And how on earth is GTA managed to take $42 million out of that scheme? Well, we're going to find out, folks. We're going to find out, because this is pretty fucking disgusting, to say the least. So a couple of things of note here. In 2008, Rockstar North began development on GTA 5. 2013, GTA 5 releases, and 2015, GTA 5 was certified as culturally British by the British Film Institute, which allowed Rockstar North, which they subsequently did, to apply for video game credits from the government. Right, so just let's go through a couple of things here. GTA 5 is the most commercially successful product in the history of the industry, with a total revenue of $6 billion since the game's release in 2013. And this article comes from taxwatchuk.org, which I will link in the description box down below so you can go through it in its entirety, because it's quite substantial here. But I'm going to go through some very specific things. The game is published by Take-Two Interactive under their Rockstar brand. Take-Two is a US listed, which is going to come into effect. GTA was first developed by DMA Design in the late 90s, who were bought out by Take-Two. The license was then given to Rockstar North. Despite the huge success of the title, our analysts show that Rockstar and Take-Two companies based in the UK have not paid any corporation tax over the last 10 years. Rockstar North Limited, which led the game's development, has actually in fact claimed £42 million in subsidiaries from the taxpayer over the last 3 years in the form of tax credits through the video game's tax relief regime. The taxpayer is giving them money, because we've got to pay his taxes. I pay my taxes. I don't want the taxman knocking on my door. I don't want to be one of those people. I'm not a flipping, what's he called? DSP. No, you got to pay your taxes, folks. And I'm giving my money to bloody Rockstar by the looks of it. The video game tax relief was introduced by the UK government in 2014 to provide targeted support for games that were culturally British, with a particular focus on support for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. Our analysts show that the amount claimed by Rockstar North is the equivalent of 19%, nearly a fifth of the total relief paid to the entire video game industry in the UK since the program came into effect. So not only have they received £42 million in tax relief, video game tax credit, paid zero in corporation tax, they have taken a fifth of the whole payouts for the UK video game industry. Is it just me that finds this absolutely morally abhorrent? And I know it's silly to use words like moral, because there is no morality with these people. They are just simply driven by money, by the almighty dollar. They don't give a shit about anyone but themselves and their own profits that they can pop into their own pocket. Never mind harming their own industry here in the UK. Harming it, taking a fifth of... Oh, Jesus Christ. Absolutely disgraceful. Money which could have been allocated to other companies. This also raises questions as to whether an appropriate amount of profit has been allocated to the UK companies involved in the game's development. And to skip down, it is our opinion that a more appropriate allocation of profit between the US and UK would have resulted in substantially more profit being allocated to the UK. This would have meant that Rockstar North would not be eligible for a payable tax credit. Instead, Take-Two and the Rockstar companies should have had a substantial tax liability in the UK. So what happens is, because Take-Two in the US are the major company, they take the profits, and with the profit share schemes, instead of divvying it back to the UK as it should be, they make sure that the company barely operates at profit. And therefore, they can get their tax credit relief. And America, Take-Two over there, they have all of the monies just rolling in. We even go down here. Other Rockstar companies based in the UK show even less profit. Rockstar Lincoln Limited, which was involved in the testing of the game, declared a total profit before tax of 1.2 million between 2009 and 2018. With a total tax bill of 226k over the same period. Rockstar Lincoln, there you go. Absolutely obscene. There goes into the profit share system. Let's go into the conclusions, because it's rocking. Conclusions and recommendations. Grand Theft Auto has been referred to by some as a great British export. However, a brief look at the accounts of the UK-based developer of the game with its slender profits would not lead one to that conclusion. Rather than a picture of success, the accounts, which of course this is why they've been done, of the developers of the game, Rockstar North, show that the company has earned so little that they have been eligible to claim tax credit from the government. Let's put this into terms which some people might appreciate a bit better. It's basically saying we're unemployed. Hi, I'm coming to this tax office because I'm unemployed and I need, I don't know, I don't know what they call it nowadays. Unemployment benefit. I'll just call it that. I need benefit. I need some unemployment benefit. And then you get paid a small amount to keep you ticking over while you look for work. It's essentially that. Our video games company is barely scraping by. We need money. We need funds to keep it going. By the way, it's taken $6 billion since 2013, but we're happy to take £42 million off the UK government. Fucking disgusting. The situation is absurd. The large amounts of subsidy that Rockstar North has been able to claim from the UK government demonstrates that the video games tax credit system is not working as intended. No shit, Sherlock. The government should hold an immediate review into its effectiveness. Furthermore, and by the way, Rockstar and Take-Two know exactly what they're doing here. It's not as if they're like, oh, shocked Pikachu face, really? Oh, you mean that game where we've taken $6 billion worth since 2013? We shouldn't actually be claiming this because of the way we're fudging our numbers? Who knew? Furthermore, there are serious questions over how the company has been treated for tax purposes in the UK. Yeah, Take-Two. Do you want to shed some light on that? Take-Two. You know, that the major developer of this title, which has generated $6 billion. I don't know if you've heard me say this in the video. I'm saying it quite a few times, so it's absolutely clear for everyone. This game, which has generated $6 billion since 2013, is barely scraping by. Barely scraping by, according to the numbers. Do you want to explain that, Take-Two? Do you want to shed some light on that? Take-Two appears to believe that it is reasonable that close to 100% of the profit should flow to their US-based parent companies and senior management. Oh, where have we heard this story before, people? Whilst almost no profit flows back to the UK companies involved in either making or selling the game. We do not believe that this division of profits can be justified under the so-called arm's length standard found in international tax law. There is no evidence that the government has challenged this setup or that Take-Two or any of the individuals named in this report have acted illegally. However, it is open for the government to challenge the allocation of profit under the transfer pricing system, and we urge them to investigate this case urgently. Will it get done? UK Parliament's going on summer holidays soon anyway, so nothing's going to get done in the short term. Things like this seem to get done in the long run. They all seem to somehow get swept under the carpet, don't they? But this is just another disgusting morality story about how video game companies play with their tax systems. We've seen it with Activision Blizzard. We've seen it with them. Their head office is an empty room in a basement in some street in Provence or something. It's ridiculous. Or something like that. But the way these companies play and dodge the tax systems and all this kind of stuff, I am paying. My tax pound is going to fucking Rockstar. It's absolutely insane. A company who made a game that has taken over $6 billion since its release. And I am paying money to them with my taxes. Oh, this make me mad. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is just an insane one today, folks. But I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.